Let's go together and harvest some herbs to make a healing salve with multiple different herbs that I'm going to have available at the farmer's market and on the website here pretty soon. We're outside now. First up, we've got our marshmallow, often referred to as marshmallow root. You can use the roots to make actual marshmallows, but the leaves also have a really soothing properties to them. Really great for helping to heal the skin in the healing process for wounds. So we're going to get a few of these leaves. Now I was hoping to find some larger ones, but this is plantain or platago major, whichever we can call it. But hopefully I can find some more of these because I'm going to be adding these to the salve as well. So I'm going to take these leaves, I'm going to leave a couple so they can keep growing. Let me get my clippers. But I'm going to look around to see if we can find some more. Alright, so I haven't found any more plantain yet, but I did find this tansy, which I was looking for. And there's also some milkweed mixed in here too, so that's good. So we're going to harvest this tansy. Comfrey here. Just gonna harvest some of this too. Now we're gonna get some lemon down here. Also clear out some of this grass. I just realized our foxgloves are blooming, and we've got a bunch of them, so I actually might bring some of these to the farmer's market. Now we've got some yarrow back here that I'm going to harvest these leaves, but they're behind these roses, so I got to be really careful. We also got some little alpine strawberries getting ready here. Might as well eat this one. And this is our harvest. So we got a lot of stuff in here, so let's go inside and turn it into our healing salve. And here I am washing all of the herbs that we got from outside. We've got the tansy, the comfrey, all the other ones too. Just making sure that they're clean with some filtered water and not adding too much so that we don't oversaturate it. While we're chopping up these herbs down, I'm going to start heating up the olive oil. So we're going to be using organic coconut oil that I got here. We're basically just going to add all of it because I'm planning to make quite a bit. I have some 4-ounce jars I need to fill. So I need about 40 ounces, and there's about 40 ounces in here. So that should be good. So now we just put the heat to very, very low, and some people use the double boiler method where they actually have a secondary pot with some water, but I prefer to use a direct infusion method kind of, where I add the herbs directly into the coconut oil. So I have to make sure that my temperature is not too hot. I actually have it pretty low, as you can see there. So we're going to let that melt. We're going to finish chopping up these, and we're going to add them in. And now I'm starting to get all of the different herbs together so I can chop them up like you see here. Chop them through pretty quick, and I realized this is pretty difficult to do just by itself with the knife, so I actually bring out the scissors here for the rest of the herbs that have some bigger stems and stuff, like the tansy, because it's pretty tough to chop it with that knife. So just a suggestion, if you're going to be doing this, definitely try out the scissor method instead, because trying to chop it up by a knife is going to hurt your hand. I had some blisters after. Also, I'm not adding any essential oils into this because the natural smell from the lemon balm and the comfrey flowers should be enough to, give it a decent smell, so we won't have to worry about that. So now I'm just going through, making sure everything is nicely chopped, making sure everything is evenly chopped. Got the lemon balm here. We're gonna finish that up, and then we're gonna throw everything into the pot all together at once. So now the oil's all melted. We're gonna drop this in. Ooh, look at that. There we go. And we're gonna get just enough to make sure that the oil is full of herbs. Basically it covers it to the top with oil, and that's about how I go for measuring. I don't really measure exact amounts. I just go by how it feels. So I stir all of the herbs into the oil to make sure it's evenly distributed, and then I leave it on super low heat for 3 hours. Occasionally stirring so nothing burns, but super low heat for 3 hours or more to really get a nice extraction. And this is what you get here after 3 hours. It's gonna look a little bit, kind of like spinach. But trust me, this is some really great stuff here, and we're gonna have to strain out all of this stuff from the oil. So here we've got my wife and I. She's helping me out here holding the bag because it's pretty difficult to do it with one hand or just by myself. So pouring all of the mixture into the strainer bag, and then we're basically just going to squeeze it to strain it out. And it was still pretty hot, so I had to be careful. I kind of just twisted it like this and pressed it as much as I could without having to actually squeeze it with my hand. There's my wife being cute in the background. But so yeah, I just kept on readjusting it, and then I started actually using this spoon to help myself squeeze it out because I didn't really want to just use my hands. It started to cool down a little bit, so now I'm using my hands a bit more and just making sure I get out as much as I can. So now we're adding in the candelilla wax, and this is actually a vegan wax, so it's not beeswax, it's made from a plant. And mixing it in there, making sure it's evenly distributed, adding just enough to make it, applicable to your skin. So now I'm just separating it out, adding it into the measuring cup so I can pour it directly into each little jar with the funnel. And each jar is 4 ounces, so you get 4 ounces of the salve, and it lasts quite a while, I would say, unless you have a pretty severe skin condition that you need to use it a lot. You might go through it more, obviously, but here's how it looks afterwards. And then it still is a little bit warm right now, so after it cools down, here you go. You can get it for $10 on the website. Go to SDLA.farm. Thank you.